former tag team champion. She actually was the Woman of the Year in 2009, 2010, and number 2 PWI same years. She's currently pregnant, actually, with baby Richard's baby. So she's not wrestling right now. But if you watch any little bit back in the day, your thoughts of the former Lead of the Beautiful People?
I've never been an Angelina Love fan. I just think from her personality to her wrestling to her ballet style to it's just so fake, and I guess you'll just notice that along the way. I'm just not a fan of blondes.
I'm noticing the trend. Well, this one's not attractive. This next one is not in the attractive category, but is one of the most dominant women in the history of wrestling. And that would be apparently the not retiring Awesome Kong, who, by the way, only won the Knockout title twice. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but still was a 2-time champion. Currently the leader of the Dollhouse. I don't know why. Well, I know why, because the last leader quit. Terrence Terrell left the company. So, Awesome Kong. Your thoughts on Awesome Kong as a wrestler? I know she's been over a long time now.
As a wrestler, I love the fact that she's not a stereotypical cookie cutter woman.
She's 38 years old.
And
I cannot believe she's 38 years old. She's been around so long.
I just think she's a badass.
So, and she was Karma for a little while in WWE, for those who don't remember. She was only here for a cup of coffee, but she was in a Rumble, which is awesome. Moving on to somebody you remember, Brooke Tessmacher, who went from just being pretty much Bully Ray's whore to becoming a 3-time Knockouts champion and a fan favorite in a matter of a year.
Well, let's also discuss the fact that she was part of his Extreme Expose.
Was she? Was she really? I completely forgot about that. Good callback, honey. I completely forgot she was part of Kelly back then.
And Layla.
Layla moved on and did a lot for herself after that, too. But yeah, she is a 3-time champion. She's 31 years old now. Didn't we meet her at a Blizzard Brawl? I got a picture with her at a Blizzard Brawl way back when. Or was that a different person? That's Tracy Brooks.
Tracy
Brooks.
I think she's beautiful, and apparently she's a better wrestler than she was a dancer, so.
She's come along a lot from what I've heard. She's come along a lot. Only thing people have a problem with her is apparently in her theme music that hasn't changed in a long, long time. The entire song is literally about her ass. Literally about her ass.
Okay.
That's the problem a lot of people have with her.
Well, if it's a nice ass, it deserves a song.
Moving on to former Diva Search winner, the first Diva Search, now TNA ring announcer because she cannot wrestle anymore. She broke her neck. Christy Hemme. Your thoughts on Christy Hemme? She's been around a long time. She's 34 years old. I did not realize she was 34.
I've always thought Christy was beautiful, and I think she makes a decent ring announcer. But then again, when your competition is Melissa Santos, you don't have much to worry about.
One thing I've noticed with her when I watched that first episode back, apparently she's doing stuff from the crowd now. She's doing like ring announcing from the crowd instead of just from the ring now, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
That's something different for a change. And she's sharing the time again with Johnny Borash. So she's finally spending time again. But no, she's come a long way as a ring announcer. She used to be awful. So she's come a long way. We move on to one of the only women here that's actually been a WWE Women's Champion and a TNA Knockouts Champion, and the current one is that Gail Kim, and she actually was the 2012 PWI Woman of the Year.
And my brother's future ex-wife.
Really, I thought she was kind of later on the roster, for the NXT roster later. Anyway, Gail Kim, she is actually 38 years old and Mrs. Robert Irvine. Your thoughts on Gail Kim? You've seen her. We've been seeing her for a long time.
Yeah, she's always been a solid performer, someone that you can always depend on to kick ass and look good doing it. I don't really have a thing for Asians like my brother. Must have missed, my side of the family. But I mean, you can't deny her talent. So.
Oh, she's one of the best wrestlers we've ever seen. I can't believe she's almost 40 years old. And these are recent pictures up here, especially the one on the left is like from the last couple of months. So that's pretty impressive. So, move on to I was having issues with these two because they're not really single stars, and they're the members of the Dollhouse, Jade and Marty Bell. I don't really know much about these two except for apparently Jade was a Shine champion. She's the one on the left. And they're both in their 26, 27 respectively. Your thoughts on Jade and Marty Bell?
They look like Spice Girls rejects.
Apparently they're big deals in the UK.
Okay.
I don't know much about them.
Well, then they can go wrestle in the UK.
So apparently they're now being managed by Awesome Kong.
Sure.
Why not?
Why not?
Move on to still apparently sometimes part of the people. 5-time Knockouts champion Madison Rayne.
I have no idea how she's won the title that many times because
she's 29 years old too. By the way,
I've always thought of her as an extremely poor wrestler with a halfway decent hair color, but a face that looks like
didn't look that good in
a
the video
horse. She looks like a horse and a rat had a baby.
Wow. 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 Okay then. Next up is the newest woman on the TNA roster, Maria Kanellis Bennett. She's now in the TNA. She's 33 years old, by the way. She's come a long way since WWE. She's actually a better wrestler than she was in WWE. She actually was the number one heel in ROH for about a year straight, which says a lot about Ring of Honor because a lot of people can be booed in Ring of Honor, and she was the top heel in Ring of Honor. Currently married to Michael Bennett. She's playing his manager on television, but she's also apparently going to be in a feud with Gail Kim. So,
okay.
Go ahead.
I have always thought that Maria is beautiful, but then I saw her Playboy pictures. She's all like the clothes make her beautiful.
I can agree with that. From the pictures that are on the screen here.
Yeah, like she looks good in these pictures, but then
and she's hot in person. But you're right. I know what you're saying.
Like her Playboy pictures were just not. They were not good, and from what I've also heard, she's just got a whiny, nasty personality.
From what I heard about her, also apparently her and the Billows have issues, which is why she won't come back to WWE. And she even said if Bennett got a call for NXT, she'd gladly drop him off at the building and leave. Gladly. So I thought that was kind of funny. But they're now both in TNA, which I thought was kind of interesting. I don't know. Funny part, this was so new. She wasn't on the TNA website yet. I had to move her over here from the TNA from because she just joined TNA and the mouse froze while I was talking there. So moving on, we have Mickie James, who another one of the women who have been champions everywhere she's been. I'm trying to figure stats up here at my screen, get all those screwed. 36 years old, a 5-time WWE Women's Champion, 1-time Divas Champion, and 3-time Knockouts Champion, which is ridiculous for one person. Your thoughts on Mickie James?
I love Mickie.
Yeah, she was 2009 PW Woman of the Year. Sorry.
I've always loved Mickie. I think she's gorgeous. I like the fact that she's got a little extra weight. I think that she's a fantastic wrestler. She plays the parts that she's given very well. She's just an overall fantastic women's wrestler.
I was gonna say I loved her all the way from the beginning with her stalker gimmick of Trish Stratus. That's a gimmick that not many people can pull off well, and she did an amazing job. I know you weren't a big fan of her country music when she did that.
No, it wasn't very good.
And we're country fans, so we can judge that. There was one of the things. Oh yeah, the one thing that a lot of people got bothered with Mickie James was the Mickie James segments when she was feuding with Lay Cool. Your thoughts?
I like the fact that they didn't shy away from it, and that Mickie didn't shy away from who she is, and I think that it kind of brought bullying
to a new level
to light.
In WWE especially, because that was more of a real people thing in TNA, and to do it in WWE was a big deal.
Yeah.
So moving on, Okay, this is another one. Literally two different looks for the same person. This is Rebel. She's currently in the Dollhouse, which I don't quite understand. But the original season is the only reason people would watch the Menagerie. That terrible circus gimmick that was going on. She was the only reason people would watch it. 37 years old, which it's hard to believe that she's 37 years old. Your thoughts on Rebel?
She's pretty.
Apparently, she was the only thing that made the Menagerie worth watching.
Okay. I don't even know what that is, so.
It was some really terrible circus gimmick. Now another new member of the TNA roster, Reby Hardy. Matt Hardy's real-life wife, who just turned heel with him recently when he won the world title. 29 years old, currently obviously married to Matt Hardy. Just had a kid. And now the kid's on TV too. Well, they're newborn on TV too. Don't even ask. Weird storyline. Reby Hardy.
I don't think there's anything about her that's real.
I can't say, because I know I'm never going to have her on this podcast, so I will be completely honest. She's an absolute bitch. Because she was on Matt Hardy's on WWE, and Wade Keller has a clip of Reby Hardy yelling at him because Matt's interview went too long. Which is hysterical to listen to, but apparently she really is a bitch. So.
Well, not only that, but if you're willing to put your newborn child on television,
And Tyrus, who Brutus Clay, for those who don't know, carries him out. Because he's one of them. He's now hanging out with them now. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, yeah, fine. She's attractive, but she's the wrong kind of attractive.
Well, I can go to someone who I know you've always found attractive. Well, I don't know if you still do, but you did at one time. Velvet Sky.
I like Velvet Sky a lot. I don't like her in either of these pictures. I don't like her.
These are more recent pictures.
Okay, well, I don't like the skunk hair. But yeah, I have in the past thought Velvet Sky was attractive, just apparently not anymore.
Two-time knockout champion, age 34. Been around a long time. Great wrestler. She turned out to be a really good wrestler. All seriousness. But we can't talk about good wrestling without going to our next company. We head over to NXT. And I just want to note to everybody, this is an alphabetical order, much like everything else was. Not in any particular order. I just want to note that. So Bayley's not first. I want to make that a little clear. First up, we start with Alexa Bliss. Currently the manager of Blake and Murphy. And she's had a women's title shot against Bayley. Age 24. Your thoughts on Alexa Bliss? Honey.
What I've seen from her, I think that NXT is the right place for her to be, because I think she might have potential, but I don't quite see it yet. She's a little too vanilla for me, kind of just... She fits in a company where she should be standing out.
I get what you're saying. Oh, well, she's moved on from her first gimmick, was Pixie Alexa Bliss, which was awful. For those who see that gimmick, be happy she moved on from that, because that was really, really bad. Not as bad as Becky Lynch's first gimmick. We'll get to that in a little bit. We move on to Kyle's other future ex-wife, Asuka. One of the newest women in WWE, age 34, from Japan. I don't want to be in the ring with her. She kicked my ass. Your thoughts on Asuka?
I think she's a badass. I love her hair color. I just love how just into everything she is. She's just...
How terrifying she is in the ring.
She's awesome. I like her.
Just with the look, she's terrifying. She scares the crap out of everybody. Next up is the current NXT Women's Champion, my girl Bayley. Everyone that listens to this feed knows how much I love her. Age 26. Honey, you talk about Bayley.
I really, really like Bayley. If I would have had someone like her when I watched wrestling, I would have idolized her so much. I think she's a fantastic role model for girls and women. I think she's beautiful. She's a burst of positivity. She's fantastic.
The one thing I have to say, and she actually just got voted in on .net, friends of the feed .net. She got voted in not only as Female Wrestler of the Year, but as Babyface wrestler of the year in the entire world. And I agree with that sentiment